Okay, today we're going to do a maintenance video where we're going to lube the sliding pins on our 3rd gen Prius. The only tools I believe we're going to need is just going to be a ratchet with a 14mm socket and then the brake lube that we're going to use for the sliding pins. Okay, so the bolts that you need to remove are these bolts right here behind the caliper, and I guess if you're lucky, yeah, they'll just knock loose and then you can just spin them out by hand. Oops. So there we go. So we just got to take these bolts out and then the caliper will slide off. Alright, let's see, so the caliper we just want to place somewhere safe so that we don't put stress on the hose. In this case, we do have a bungee cord that we can use just to play it safe. I'll just wrap it around the spring up there. Alright. Oh, this bungee cord is too long. Alright, and you just hook it wherever. There you go. Just as long as it doesn't fall. Alright, so now we just need to get to our pins right here. Ooh, that one's sticking a little bit. Oh, there we go. Oops. We lost some shims. Definitely need those. There we go. Oop. They stick because they got these rubber grommets on them that kind of resist sliding out. So you can see there's pretty minimal grease on there. So we're gonna lube them up. Just clean it off. Sometimes the old grease is kind of dirty and funky, but now we're gonna put new stuff on there. Oh, wrong stuff. Yeah, this is what we want. Silicone paste. The clear stuff. Or sort of clear. So I'm just gonna put it all around the pin. There we go. And just set it back in there. Just make sure you get it all the way back in so that the boot sits into the groove there. So you want to have that good seal. Alright, so the other pin, there we go. The other pin put up a pretty good fight, but it doesn't have that rubber grommet piece. But there we go. So we're going to clean it off. We're going to put new lube on it. Okay, should be good. Set it back in there. There we go. And then once you squeeze it all the way down, the boot should slide into place. And then you're good to go. Okay, so I accidentally knocked these shims out. So I'm gonna just make sure I get them properly placed back on the brake pad. There we go.
Lube it back up. Scared of noise.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is another thing you can do actually. Yeah, we were just planning on doing the sliding pins, but putting some lube in the between the backing plate here and the shim will help reduce noise. So we might as well do that while we're on this job here. It just, the hardware is kind of crazy on this thing. If you see what this stuff looks like, there we go. Damn, yeah, the hardware is interesting. Here, so we'll do the other side. Oh, firecrackers. Happy New Year. There we go. Damn, this one's like even harder than the other one. Yeah, see, you got this stuff.
Yeah.
And that's like spring loaded right there. And then you got this clip. You got these shims. A lot of hardware. Okay. And that should be plenty. Okay. Now we just gotta figure out how to get it back in. There we go. Kind of got to put a little twisting motion on it. And it goes right in. All right. So now we just need to replace our caliper and bolt it down, and we'll be good to go. Oh boy, this reminded me of last time. The stupid hook is caught. Oh geez. Yeah, let's get this out of here. And then, here we go. There we go. Okay. So now we can put our caliper back. Just you can kind of squeeze the brake pads together. Make sure they fit inside the caliper. Okay. Yeah, you gotta be careful because the shims might want to get in your way. There we go. Okay, and then see the sliding pin here, maybe you can see it wants to move. So we have our shaved down 17 millimeter wrench here, and you can hold the pin in place so that you can properly tighten the bolts here that are fastening the caliper down. You see it just wants to rotate. So just put our wrench in there. Okay, so now it's, there we go, now it's tightening down. Yeah, same thing on the bottom. Just gonna have to hold it in place. There we go. Nope, and this one doesn't want to torque down without the wrench. Okay, there we go. So before you go and take off the caliper, you do have to be aware that there are issues you can run into with a hybrid system, and the piston could actually come out. The system could apply pressure and push the piston out, and you want to avoid that for sure, because it's going to set off a brake warning light. Basically, you can avoid all that problem just by having the car off, and make sure you don't open the doors, because that'll activate the system. And as long as you do that, as long as you avoid doing that, it's just like taking apart just any standard brakes on a non-hybrid car. Another option to avoid problems with the brake system when you're taking it apart is you can disconnect the 12-volt auxiliary battery in the trunk. I guess, let's see, they can refer to our last video where we lubed the rear caliper sliding pins. We disconnected it to make sure that we didn't have any problems.